Hello guys, my name is Deus. Welcome to this episode of the farm, the Chicken Empire UG mixed farm. It's a very nice mixed farm where we do different activities. We do piggery, we do layer birds, we do broilers. So all these things are taking place at the farm. So I decided to start up this channel so that I share my knowledge and information with anyone interested to do farming, because these are challenges that happen at the farm. You will not skip these challenges that happen. You will not skip the progresses that happen at the farm. So please, if you've just watched this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share our videos, leave a comment. We shall reply to you. We shall reply back and see. You can give some advice depending on what you see at the farm, what you like. You may pick a leaf and life continues. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you a very simple experience. If you want to do brooding, I'm going to be talking about brooding, specifically brooding in broilers, not in layers. Well, one person out there may ask himself, what is brooding? If Deus is talking about brooding, what is it? It's just a word. Someone out there doesn't know what brooding is, what takes place during this process. So, but for me, the way I understand brooding, I think this is the care that the care taken for these chicks once they are received from the hatchery. When you receive these chicks, the brooding is this process whereby you take good care of the chicks as they arrive at the farm. So there are things a farmer must do before these chicks arrive at the farm. I think this is all part of the brooding process. As a farmer, you have to bear in mind and be like, okay, I'm going to bring, okay, let's take an example of 500 birds. If you want to bring 500 birds, first of all, what is your budget? Your budget is how much money do you have? What is the price of the chick? For example, here the prices of the chicks differ depending on the companies you book with. Some sell at 2,700 for broilers, then others 2,800, others 3,000. So depending, every company has its own price. So you look at your budget. Let's say you want to go for 500 birds. Okay, after knowing that, you have a house, a chicken house where you're going to do the raising. All this a farmer must have before you bring the chicks at the farm. So after building your chicken house, it's there. So now you do your brooding process. So what is required in a brooding process? So a farmer must have equipment to use to take good care of these chicks. For example, in a brooding room, the room must be clean. If you are like me, you had a previous batch, you have to clean this room for at least 3 weeks. Disinfect it completely. You make sure nothing enters in it. Then after that, after the cleaning, make sure that you spray again to kill all these the parasites that may have remained. The disease, all these corners, the rats may come in. They transfer diseases from different houses. For example, here I have a mixed farm. Rats may move from the layer bird's house, they go to the broiler bird's house. You don't know what they have carried. Also themselves are a problem. So what else? A farmer has to know that now I have cleaned my chicken house. It is very clean, thoroughly clean. Now you bring in the wood shavings. You may use wood shavings. You may use coffee husks. They are also there, but depending. For me here, I normally use wood shavings because they are cheaper. I get them at the cheap cut costs, because during this process you're going to spend a lot of money in buying the feeds for the chicken. So it is not always good to save. So after putting the wood shavings, in the chicken house, spread them very well. Make sure that you divide the room like halfway. If you have 500, depending on the size of your room, divide your room halfway. Put a ring fence confinement, a ring confinement. You may use plywood, you may use sacks. Some people use sacks. After doing that, putting a ring confinement to make sure that these chicks stay confined in one place. They don't move throughout the whole house. No, because at that time you need the chicks to concentrate on feeding only and drinking water, so that they grow very fast. So after doing that, you make sure that on the wood shavings or the coffee husks or whatever you use on the floor, it should not be bare. Like the floor should not be bare. So you put a protective cover to cover up the wood shavings, because on the first day these chicks are not familiar to anything. So anything they come across, they may eat. So it may affect their digestion and some of them may die. So after doing that, you cover up very well. Some people use tarpaulin, some people use sacks. For me, even at the farm, I use sacks. I cut them. I told you, for me, I don't want to spend money buying this and this and this all the time when you need money to buy the feed. So I put my sacks very well. I put the tarpaulin that I have, that I clean. Then after that, I bring heat sources. So the heat sources, you may use charcoal stoves. You may use charcoal stoves, but you put them in different directions, in different corners. So after putting them in different corners, you provide in charcoal. Normally here we use charcoal to provide heat. This heat is to warm up the room, so that these chicks find a very warm room, like they have been with the mother brooding them. Since there are many and you're going to be doing this for over 500 birds, it's a 200 birds, depending on your capacity. Normally it is always good to do this in your capacity, in the birds you can manage, because at the end of the day, when you bring a lot of birds and you don't manage to feed them well, you have wasted your time and money and everything. So after putting the heat sources very well, you make sure you warm up the room. Let's say you're going to receive your chicks tomorrow. When in the morning, you make sure you warm up the room. The room should be at least 35 degrees Celsius warm. Even you yourself, when you enter the room, you realize that the room is warm. The room is warm for these chicks to have a very comfortable environment, to maintain their temperatures. So after doing that, you have you have your heat sources there. Now you bring the drinkers, very clean drinkers. You put them there. This is before the chicks arrive at the farm. So I'm talking about the things you need. These things should be in your mind. I'm not reading anything anywhere. These things are just in my mind. I just tell you off because this is something you have to know. It has to be on your fingertips. Like this. Everything is needed. So after having this, you go to the corners in the room. These corners, you should cover up these corners, because sometimes power may go off in the brooding room, and these chicks normally like running to the corners. So normally when they run to the corners, they squeeze themselves. When they squeeze themselves, when there is like an abrupt power shortage, so you may lose some of them, and sometimes they die in numbers. So it's better you remove the corners, you put some boxes there. Then after doing that, now your room is ready to receive chicks. Your room is very ready to receive chicks. You have everything. You have the drinkers there. You have the feed traps, the small feed traps for the chicks. Then after doing that, you're ready to receive your chicks. So when the chicks arrive at the farm, all you have to do is count them very well to ascertain their number. So sometimes they may give you, you may book for, because these people that supply us with chicks are also human beings. So they may count wrongly. So as a farmer, you have to know how many chicks do I have. You have to count one by one. If they are 500, make sure that they are 500. So you keep that record. If they are not 500, then you also know. If they are more, sometimes they give you like a plus on the chicks. you also know that I have 510, or I have 210, or I have, so it depends. Even when these chicks die, it is very easy for you to know that now I have these mortalities, I have these chicks. So after chicks have arrived at the farm, you've counted them very well, so you put them in the brooding room that is already warm and with everything. You don't, process is going to take you uh, seven to literally it's going to take you 2 weeks, as you're still doing the very good care of the birds. So this process normally takes place for 2 weeks. So as the chicks keep on increasing in size, also, for example, you keep on expanding on the room, on the confinement, you keep on expanding. Then with time you take it out of the room, and your chicks are now ready to be reared. Normally you take away the fire, the process is done. But this brooding process, in this brooding process, for the 2 weeks, the feed is continuously added to the chicks. You have to continuously feed them. You have to feed them like ad lib. They say it's ad lib, continuous feeding, on and on. Hi, so thank you guys. Hopefully you've picked something from this video. You've learned something from this video. If you've liked something, please give us a subscription. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Well, let's see how life goes, how everything moves. Yeah, thank you very much guys. See you next time. Bye bye.